Hey guys, today I am going to be ranking all my 2021 bullet journal themes. That's why we're in a bit of a weird filming position, but I've got some tinsel, I've got my mini Christmas tree. I've tried to make it a little bit Christmassy, so yeah, I hope you guys like it. I just have my computer here, so if you see me looking that way, that is why, because I'm going to have all the tiers there. I'm pretty sure I saw Amanda Rach Lee do this video, but I've had this idea for a while and I'm really excited to do it. I was just waiting till I finished my December setup and till I'd been using it for a bit to get some proper opinions. Now that is a complete 12 months of themes, and I've been bullet journaling for 2.5 years now, I believe, which is insane, and I love bullet journaling. I have a ton of other bullet journaling videos if you want to check them out. But anyway, let's get into the themes I did this year. Okay, we've got the screen recording going. I might shrink myself down to the corner so you guys can see the screen a little better. Here you can see is the tier list I made. So let's quickly go through the tiers. First, up the top, I have my faves. These are themes that just really inspired me, helped me stay productive. Not too hard, but not too easy. These themes would have just matched exactly what I needed for the month, and I would definitely go back and do them again. And I'm very excited to show them to you guys. Below that is pretty good. These are themes I loved, but they just weren't absolute favorites for me. Then I have almost there. And this was sort of hard to title, but it's a theme that I think could have been perfect. It just was missing something. And then similar to that, but a bit less, is needs work. So this is something where I really like the idea, but the execution just was not there. And then I have air, which is sort of my lowest level. Honestly, I'm not sure what themes I'm going to put down there. For all the other tiers, I can kind of think of at least one theme I would put in that tier before I go through them. But for this one, I'm not quite sure if I have any themes I hate, because if I do hate a theme, I will just stop it when I'm in the planning process. So first of all, we have my January theme. This theme had really cute colors. It was a blue calligraphy mild liner, a pink Pentel touch pen, a pink Muji pen, and it was a really nice just like plaid setup. I was really excited to do this theme. It involved a ton of pens that I had actually got while I was on holiday, and in general I think this plaid theme, despite the colors, is really fun and super easy to do. I also really like the doodles in this because they can be added to other themes. So for example, I think plaid in a dark academia or in an autumnal theme, even in a Christmas theme, they would all look super good. But looking back on this theme, I did think it was a little bit plain, and if I was doing it now, I'd like to use it as a mix in with maybe one other element or maybe with some darker colors. So I absolutely love this theme and I do want to return to it, but I think there's just something that could have made it a bit better. So that is going to go in pretty good. Next, we have my February 2021 theme. This was candy hearts, and I've been meaning to do this since I started bullet journaling. This is an ideal February theme. Although I did find this was a bit finicky to draw. I was writing stuff on all my different candy hearts, so I found it annoying to try and find quotes to put on the candy hearts. Sorry if the lighting changed, I just had to pop up for a bit. I really like the colors, but I do think they're a bit close to my January theme to have two super pastel themes together. So I'm gonna put this for almost there because I really like this theme. There was just something missing from it, and I like the January one a bit more, so yeah. Okay, on to March. March was my red roses theme, and I've been meaning to do this forever, but I was really disappointed in it. One, I did not plan out this theme enough. If you can see behind me, I've actually got a bunch of my bullet journal theme plans stuck up on my wall. I have a video all about how I plan my months on my channel, which you guys can check out, but this was right before I started doing that. It was just a bit messy and it wasn't cohesive, and I wasn't quite sure where it was going, but I really love the idea. Also, I'm not sure if you can tell from the photos, but this theme includes 3 different reds. However, you can't actually see that they're 3 different reds, so I wish I either got 3 more different reds or went more monochromatic. Just either end of the scale. I think it's a bit too close together and just doesn't look quite right. I did really enjoy having a red though, especially after having such pastel themes. However, I find whenever I do red themes, I always smudge it with my finger, and I don't know what it is. Green, blue, dark colors, whatever, it's all fine, except reds always get everywhere. And honestly, I'm just not that good at drawing roses, so I think I should have worked on that before I did this theme. I'm tempted to put this theme in air. I do think it's more of a needs work. However, I think if we're doing it just on my 2021 themes, I did really like this theme, but it is probably my least favorite, so I guess that means it has to go in the bottom tier. Now on to April. April is a yellow lights and string lanterns theme, and I adore this theme. It is a really fun color scheme. It's monochromatic in the term it's all yellow, but it's far enough apart, unlike the red theme where you can see there's a darker yellow, a lighter yellow, a really pastel yellow. I think that works perfectly. It is really fun, but also really easy to draw, and I think I could really play around with making this look like it was in a setting or just as an added doodle, and it worked perfectly just like as a bullet journal theme, which I hope you can see in the weekly setups. It fits perfectly around the practicalities of a real bullet journal. So I felt like I could really be creative with this theme, but also it helped me stay productive. And in general, after March, I had a real creative block, and this theme I think really helped me push past this creative block. And also, like I said, the March theme was really messy and uncohesive, so the April is where I started planning my themes, and I think it shows how much better it is when you do plan them out. So for me, this has to go in my faves. It is definitely an all-time favorite theme. Now we are on to my May wildflower theme. I've been wanting to do this theme for over a year now. The springtime in the UK just absolutely inspires me with all the wildflowers, and so this theme was inspired by that. It's also abstract, which I think worked really well, made everything cohesive and really nice. I also really like the mix of colours, but I almost think I had too many colours. I had 5, so it was hard to fit them all in on every spread, but it was super pretty. It is very finicky to draw and it is very time consuming, but I do think it was really worth it. And the other thing is too, I like to print photos to put in my bullet journal, but sometimes with themes with lots of different colours, the photos don't quite fit in. So I found with this, the photos and the drawings kind of felt disconnected. I want to put it in faves because I absolutely love it looking back, but I think during the time I was using it, it would be more of a pretty good, but pretty good is still really good. Like I said, this is a perfect theme for spring, and this is definitely an idea I would go back to. But let's put that in pretty good. Then we are on to my June theme, which is marble and green leaves. The idea of this I think is really good. It really reminds me of like Greece, sort of like olive trees and white and stuff like that. It's also summery without being too obvious, and the colours are really nice. I love a good green theme, and it also had a lot of sticking in, which I really like, and the idea of like statues and stuff. I just think the planning on this just needed to be improved a little bit. It looked a bit messy, and I'm not sure how well the fonts and everything fit together, but I do really like the structural elements that I added, which you can see on the weekly spreads. But overall, I don't think this is cohesive enough, and I'm going to put it in needs work because it's definitely an idea I would like to return to, but I think it needs some more planning and some more workshopping. Now we are on to July, which is my pastel clouds and paper planes theme. This turned out way better than I expected, which was really cool. It definitely helped me be a bit more creative, and it was a very fun theme that I think I've been meaning to do for a while, and I've done a cloud theme before and I absolutely loved it. Clouds is always just like a go-to theme idea. These kind of doodles are super easy and really fun and really cute and actually quite quick, and so what I did was I mixed 2 quite easy doodles and I put them together, so clouds and paper planes. I think the only downside about this is that the daily logs felt a little bit cramped with all the clouds because I didn't want to write over them. I think I'm going to put this in pretty good, but I might move it up to my faves. I'm going to see how everything turns out. I did adore this theme. Maybe I'll put it in my faves and I can move it down if I need to. So next we are going on to August, which is my warm toned fruit theme. Not sure how I feel about the title page for this. I really like the idea, but the execution is a bit weird. Often when I don't know what to do, I stick in these old book pages, which I love, but I just don't think they fit the theme. I do think the sort of fruit theme is really lovely for late summer and August. It felt like it fit the vibes very well. I also really liked playing around with this abstract style of fruit where they're not outlined and they're sort of just blocky and shapy. I think this theme looks so cohesive besides the title page, and that is a really big problem for me in general. I've noticed my title pages tend to look not super cohesive and tend to be the worst spreads in my theme, in my opinion, so that is something I definitely want to work on in 2022. But if we look at my monthly page, it is one of my favorite monthly pages I've ever done. I adore it, so I think I've got to put this in my faves. Okay, now we are on to September. September was a bit of a weird one for me. It took me forever to figure it out and to figure out how I wanted to do this theme in practice, but I do think it was very seasonal. The red and the blue and the sort of change of seasons and the mushrooms. We had mushrooms growing in our backyard, so it was really cool drawing them when you could see them around you. And also I was in the Lake District at this time, so having sort of the foresty theme was really fun to do while I was there. It was surprisingly time consuming with all the colouring, especially because that navy I'm using is a Pentel Touch pen, which is a tiny pen, but I really found this was a month I needed to relax and chill out. The drawing and not having the scrapbook elements, it was almost like colouring in was very therapeutic. Like I said, this had no scrapbook or stick-in elements. I had so much fun with this, and honestly I might put this in my faves, but I guess it's more of a pretty good because it's not my favourite theme ever. Like, it's not something I would want to post everywhere and show, I guess, but I'm really happy with it and it makes me so happy, and I know it was really like therapeutic at the time. So I guess I'll put that in pretty good, but I really like the font I used as well for the titles, which I hope you guys can see. Okay, now we are on to October, which is my dark academia theme. This was the complete other end of the spectrum. After my September theme, I've been dying to do some scrapbook elements, and that's what I wanted to do with October. Lots of gluing, lots of washi tape, pictures from Pinterest. I had flower paper, old pages from books, everything like that. I love the monochromatic, but also dark to light browns with a hint of red. I think it worked perfectly, and again it was perfect for the time of year, for back to school, for autumn. Really helped me keep motivated and sort of just romanticize the getting back to school. It was so creative and so much fun, and I already know I'm going to put this in my favorites. It might be my favorite all year. So my November theme was sort of aesthetic studying, study desk kind of thing, lo-fi, all of that. It was very doodle heavy, but this is what I was talking about, with a theme that looks good with stick-ins and doodles, and I really think the November theme was that. I sort of didn't want to stop my dark academia theme, so for me this was kind of like a continuation, but in like a mild bright academia way. I think this theme is super cohesive. It is definitely one of my favorites, and the monthly title page is again one of my favorites I've ever done. I don't have too much to say because honestly I just love it, and I love the grid pattern background. It turned out way better than I expected, and that again is going in my faves. Now on to my final theme of the year, my December theme, which is wreaths. So again, I'm not super happy with the title page, but it does look cute. But I adore the monthly setup, and the weeklies are looking great, and it is really fun to draw. It is really quite easy, but it looks really effective. It's very simple and minimalistic compared to what I normally do, but for me that's perfect for December because I'm so busy at the moment. It is exactly what I need, and it is festive, but it's not too Christmassy. You can add sort of whatever you want, but it feels natural and wintry at the same time, and I think it's really well planned in the way the doodles and the fonts look so well together. I think it's too early to put this in my all-time faves, but I'm definitely going to put it in pretty good. I mean, that's a very top heavy tier list, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. And I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about all my different themes. This is the final decision, I think. Yeah, so here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is a bit different to what I normally do, but I thought it'd be super interesting. And if you did like this video, please do like, and I'd love to see you next time, so please do subscribe. I would love to see more of you. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching.